Hey guys, welcome back to Trekyards. He's Commander Cockings.
He's the amazing Captain Foley.
I got an amazing. Speaking of amazing, we've got some amazing alterations to a classic design for us to look at today. So what are we looking at first, Sam?
Something close to our hearts. The Enterprise D, or the Galaxy class, which I love, you love, but is a bit of an odd duck, proportionate-wise. And maybe, Stuart, as you guys have pointed out in our previous ones, maybe we can try some variations, see if maybe that what-if that you wanted in 1980, whatever, maybe we can show you if you'd like the better, or if actually seeing it, you prefer the classic.
It'll be interesting to find out.
It would.
So
let's start with the classics that we have a point of to start with. The, of course, beauty, Galaxy class, iconic, Andrew Probert. It redefined Trek for a new age. It introduced loads of new things, really well detailed, beautiful 6-foot miniature. Just, I love her.
it's one of those ships that when it first came out, I wasn't the biggest fan of, but it definitely grew on me over the years, and now I just love everything about it. I think it's a beautiful design. But yeah, it's one that didn't instantly click with me.
Is there anything that you would have said instantly, oh, if only? Because that might have already been prepared in a future video anyway.
Honestly, the one thing that I thought when I was younger was just to make this nacelles look bigger.
Well, that's lucky, Stuart. We're going to get there today, in fact. Oh, my God.
And that wasn't set up. That's just one of those things that I initially thought, because it looked a little top-heavy and a little odd proportion-wise. So,
but orthographically, again, so that you know where we're coming from. A lot of good views, a lot of good angles, very different, very interesting. Got two today, as before. We've got extended nacelles and a 4 nacelle.
Interesting.
And of course, these aren't clever redo builds. They are literally kit bashing, moving existing elements to show you the what if, and orthographically versus actually redesigning from scratch. So everything will have a little bit of a roughness to it, but also you get to see it. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, we start with the beauty of the extended nacelle.
Which, from this angle, optical illusion-wise, doesn't look like anything's been changed. But you can, if you know what you're looking for, you can notice it, that they are longer nacelles there. So, yeah, it's one of those clever, interesting angles that something like this is easily hidden, you know?
And they're also pushed back a bit. So rather than starting at the back of the nacelle, they start at the front, as per more convention. So it doubles up on not just the extended, but integrating that with more classic design language, because having the nacelle pylon be the back of the nacelle was always interesting. Now we're doing the front as per. But yeah, it doesn't change the vibe very much.
Matter of fact, if you show this to a lot of people just as is and not say it's different, they wouldn't notice anything. Even after looking for a while, they might still not catch it. So yeah,
Which kind of speaks to how little important that actually is from a beauty perspective. Like, it's so different in the next video you'll see, but in most angles, it won't have the same punch you expect. Because orthographically, guess what? Most TV shows don't show you a flat top view very often without camera, because orthographic means without camera distortion. So it's bare to the world. Most things don't do that. So we're obviously cheating in our own way, but that's why the design sinks or swims. So not much to see until we go wabam, orthographic.
Wow. And it's interesting too, because you had said that you pushed the nacelles up to the front, or the struts up to the front. I wouldn't have noticed that or clocked that necessarily. But yeah, that's wow. It doesn't look right because we're so used to the Enterprise D looking the way it should, right? I mean, from the side, I kind of like the side look. Honestly, the front and back are, of course, kind of unaltered. But the top, I don't know. While it's more in proportion to other starships we had seen before or since, it doesn't feel at all right knowing the Galaxy class. Wow.
Yeah, they feel stringy, right? And I tried not to push the kit bashiness to the extreme, so obviously I've stretched it, but not to the point of ludicrousness. So I try to have some artistic balance. Yeah, the side, it kind of shows that the details aren't meant to be stretched. The proportion of blue just feels very off. You would have done that differently had it been designed. The top view, boy, everything changed perspective and all kind of whatevers. Yeah, neither are great, but you would redesign the nacelle if you were doing this logically. And of course, optical illusion, the fact the strut pushes forward, so it's the front of the nacelle, and yet optical illusion ship.
Yeah, and as you said, I mean, if you were designing it this way specifically, you would make changes to the nacelles. They wouldn't be as beefy at the back, I don't think, as thick. I think they'd taper back, and taper in a little bit near the to balance it out. But with them being thick and stubby on the original design, it works. But when you do this, it feels super off. It just
Yeah, or go, and at some point might do enterprise E nacelles, etc. on these designs, having a flat and then a cut in, to kind of balance out the shapes, because it feels unintentional, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think this is a win. And even the top view where it's not quite as weird, obviously we're biased, but it feels too normal, right? Like it's lost some of the special jazz that the original has.
Yeah.
Like it's not, it's changed, it's not added. And it's now removed the classic vibe, but I don't think it's improved anything, it's just changed something.
Yeah, definitely. It's as much as it's something that you picture in your head that would look cooler, when you actually see it, you're like, okay, well, now changes need to be made to make the design cohesive, so... Yeah.
And obviously you could do that. Not to say this wouldn't work. For example, maybe we want to change the pylons, maybe shift them, maybe have it less far back, more far back, have them more angled. Right, there's other steps you could do, but here we are just to kind of kitbash the raw shapes and see how they've done X or Y a little bit different. Yeah, it's...
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
But the front and the back view, Stuart, better, worse?
Same. They don't look
Excellent.
any different at all to me, so...
Yeah, I put them in there just because, completionist, but... So that was the age-old question. Now let's do a question no one asked, because it looks a bit more silly. Stuart?
You say that, but...
4 nacelles! And by 4 nacelles, I, of course, mean all I've done is I've taken the top, or the nacelles and the pylons, and just mirrored and put back. So I've added 2 new nacelles on the bottom without doing anything else to it. Your thoughts?
It's funny you say, that this is one of the things that for years and years and years in like the model building community and even FASA and stuff, this is one thing that they would do to this design.
Just this?
Yeah,
Oh.
just to like make it different. And it always bothered me because it screws with the balance of the ship. And it's the simplest thing, and it's the most kitbashy, like, simple design you can do to change it and make it more powerful, right? Yeah, like, just adding the nacelles on the bottom like that, just from this image, you can tell it just feels unbalanced and, like, counterweighty. It just doesn't work. Again, you could do this and have it look good, I think, but you need to do a lot more refinement to the struts and change where things are sitting and stuff, so... But yeah, not a big fan.
Yeah, I mean, as with Miranda and other ones, a lot of this is going to be, it looks a bit silly, but then it becomes an inspiration point of, could this work? Or how could it work if done whatever? It's like you often say about feeling aerodynamic, which is not relevant in space, but you can still have that flow. The centre of gravity in the galaxy normal feels nice, even though that's a non-phrase, but our brain connects them. This, because the way it's now distributed, feels really out of kilter. Like it's both now too long and too on both sides, so it all feels off. And just, like, if you're able to take out the neck, which maybe will be a different video, that would help centre of gravity a lot. But then, like, properly alter it and give it more of a Enterprise B Excelsior style under zone, so extend that a little bit so you can push up the middle bit so they can be further high to balance it some, but just adding makes it look silly. And so from a Trek perspective, this design to me doesn't have any legs to stand on. It feels like a joke somehow.
Even though it's got more legs,
nacelles to stand feet on. But like even that, like I don't see Starfleet even right. Like it wouldn't be there. It would be on the top, more like the Galaxy X, where it's silly, but it has a flow. This doesn't have a flow. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely, I do. Yeah, it makes me think, and this, like this is a design that I've kind of thought about and seen over the years, like I said, but never really thought about it till this moment that if you want to add 4 nacelles, considering how close the nacelles are to the body proportion-wise, just add another strut onto the strut and have like another set of nacelles up a little bit higher than those. And I don't know. There's something might have to look into it in the future, but yeah, it feels like this feels like one of the Wolf 359 fleet kit bashes, if I'm honest, with the way those nacelles struts are.
Yes, but by the same token, I feel like they on the team would say, it doesn't quite work. And therefore they would do more things. Like it's a step 1, but then, like even possibly like putting the nacelles in the neck. Like, you know what I mean? Like changing, because obviously that would involve, like I can't physically take the model apart in the same way. But like, ending the secondary hull in a different way, putting them in the neck maybe to connect where the secondary hull is, balancing that somehow, like changing that gravity line. It'd look weird, but it'd look weird with more of a structural point versus just weird.
Yeah. Well, speaking of looking weird, let's look at the orthos.
All right. Now, maybe, Stuart, this will turn you around. I mean, that top view, Stuart, you've got to be a fan of that top view. I think a top view alone, you're sold.
Top view is fantastic, I gotta say.
Is it in balance all of a sudden for the last round of pictures? Yeah, what do you think?
It's so off balance and off kilter, it feels more like a star base kind of design than a starship. If that makes any sense. It's because those front and back views, it's way off. It looks like it's sitting on water, and those are reflections of the nacelles. Because it just ruins everything good about the design, right?
You know what's kind of sad? I don't hate the side view.
I'm getting to that. I kind of do.
Oh, okay.
I wish the nacelles, the struts on the bottom would do the sweep back, and maybe like move the nacelle back a bit so that they're offset, because as it is right there, it really bugs me. It just feels blocky and ruins the whole organic flow of this design.
Versus, I don't like it. Disclaimer, I haven't lost my cred card. It's more a case of the way that it is in the side view, it's not quite as bad as the front, because now you see the square of the ships, like it's a bit more of a defined shape, versus the three-quarters where it feels gangly. You're losing the gangliness of the thin struts, and you're gaining the more robust feeling. So it has a bit more structure to it, but then the front and back view doubles down, quadruples down on gangliness. So it literally the reverse. It just feels so much weaker, to the point that if you're ever doing this, take the front and back view and really streamline the pylons, like make them half as far out, half as thing, to make them all not touching but like significantly closer, so the whole profile goes in. It'd feel weird, but remove the gangliness probably would help. What do you think?
Yeah, you'd need to do something with the other set of nacelles. Either move them in closer to the body of the secondary hull, keeping them where they are, or...
Oh, that's interesting. Or what if they actually were almost on the secondary hull at the bottom? Either side of the
It'd be cool
reflector?
if they were just attached to the bottom of the strut, if I'm honest. That would equal out the awkwardness of it.
Yeah, that would change something.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that would work actually kind of well. It's one of those things where you mentioned aerodynamics, and it's the way our brains work, our monkey brains, as Doug Drexler would say. Engines produce thrust, right? So if this was an actual design and you applied thrust to all these engines, with the way they're sitting, the thing would be like whoop, and do a, because it doesn't. You need to lower the saucer. Even lowering the saucer into the secondary hull so that there's no neck, you got a secondary hull with a saucer embedded in it, would make this design way better. It would just be a totally different ship and not the Galaxy at that point.
Well, it's like its center of gravity, right? Which does make you wonder, same logic here, but for the Nebula, because that does remove the neck and make it more logical. That would probably work a lot better. Not so well, but better. But also more with the front view. But if you could find a way, this would be quite a difference. But Moran does exist. Put the saucer in the secondary hull and have no deflector. So it's like almost like Voyager
That's
level.
what I just said.
No, but not even like on, like fully in, like flat
That's what I said.
with it.
That's what I meant.
I thought you meant on, kind of just remove the neck, literally. No, you mean
No.
in. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like that would make the whole flow, especially from the side, look.
Well, there you go.
way
Yeah, I
better.
thought you meant just take out the neck and kind of neb through it. Right.
Yeah, I think that, but then it becomes a totally different design. It's not just a Kitbash Galaxy class necessarily, right? So
Now, maybe someday, Stuart, depending on the popularity of this sub-series, if we doubled the neck of the saucer, would that improve the design?
no, it's getting worse at that point. It's something we might try, I'm sure, but
So, the battle bridge. Which battle bridge? The second one. Why? Double source separation.
yeah, it's the new Prometheus class. Both secondary hulls split apart, and then the saucers come off of those, and you got like.
I mean, that would be a hell of a visual, though. A double saucered Galaxy variant and both saucers to separate and start flying. It would be impressive. It'd be absolutely absurd. But can you imagine, right? Going to Andrew's house, Andrew Probert, saying, Andrew, here's a wad of cash. Put your principles aside and design a doubled saucer, four-nacelled Galaxy variant that makes sense for double source separation. And he has to do it.
Oh, no, I don't know if he'd have to do anything.
But imagine if he had... I'd love to
Yeah.
see, because he's such a clever man with that, how he could make it work. I'd love to see him redefine it in a logical way.
You know, and it's funny because when we do these shows, it gives me so many more ideas. Because it'd be interesting to cut the nacelle off, the nacelle strut off where it curves upward, right? Put the nacelle just straight on, sideways. Squat the neck down like half the size, lower the saucer, and see how that would look. So from the side, you see like the top of the nacelle. You know what I mean? That'd be an interesting vibe as well, but I think it would work better because it wouldn't be out of proportion. There's something not right balance-wise with this one because there's nothing on the bottom.
Yes.
Right?
And it's amazing because that concept you can sort of visualize abstractly, but until you get full orthographic and you can see all of it lay bare, this is where the show is really valuable. Like, here is the full design. Right? I mean, we're missing the bottom, but it can only fit so much on a page. But, yeah, I absolutely agree. But it'd be interesting to see then, would the side feel ridiculous, would the the back feel weak? Interesting conversation to have.
And this you could call the true Galaxy X because it looks like a X-Wing. The Galaxy X-Wing.
Speaking of Galaxy X-Wing, what if you put two megaphase, as in the megaphases from the Galaxy X, on the bottom of the secondary hull? Because they're somewhat chunky, to kind of add a bit more depth, like on either side, like on that. I mean, but would it balance it slightly more by having a bit more coming out? Because they're not small. Not big, but not small.
Okay, I've never liked the look of those mega phasers. They don't fit the period, in my opinion. But, okay, if you put those on there and you add the phaser lance to the bottom of the secondary hull...
Oh, sorry, I
then
meant the phaser lance. Sorry, I was thinking of the two phaser lances at the bottom.
Oh,
yeah,
I thought you meant the ones by the bridge, those mega phasers.
No, so, you're right, phaser lance. Have the two phaser lances to the bottom of the secondary hull, either side. That would help balance it a bit. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think it would be enough.
No.
But yeah, it'd be interesting.
Although, gosh, imagine one on every edge, top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. But then each one goes to warp core, warp like powered by a single warp.
You could call it the Lancelot class.
I mean,
it's a lance, and there's a lot of them.
The X-wing Lancelot, yeah.
That's something we need to try. We need to do that at some point. Anyway.
That's as if Riker really want to take a shot at mothballs and really kit it out and just add even more stuff.
A lot of these things you think in your head, oh, that would look so cool. And you're visualizing it in your brain or whatever. You see it on the show and it's doing a flyby and you're like, what if you did that? And
Better if you did this.
Yeah. Sure, from a 3/4 view, it might look okay. But when you do like you said, these are laid bare with the orthos. When you see them, you're like, oh my God, this is why it wouldn't work. If it doesn't work in an ortho, it's not... I mean, some things that look bad in orthos look good in flight, oddly enough. But yeah, it's one of those things that you need to kind of think about in a different dimension, as it were.
Well, and it's a good rule of thumb. If something looks balanced and orthographic, then she should look good from most relative perspectives. If he doesn't, then you're kind of playing hit or miss. Which is fair, not everything looks good from every angle. We've been surprised by the true hits. But yeah, it's As we always do, though, let's go back to the Galaxy herself, the beauty first. Classic, simple. I see why people dislike proportionality, but to me it represents advancement, sleek, a push forward, separation of the saucer, and all these unique things that are just so artistically and creative valid. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, and we've talked to Andrew Probert about this design quite a bit, and just the organic nature of it really works. It really flows well. It just makes a lot of sense, you know?
So if you enjoy the full nacelle or the extended nacelle, let us know if it is now your favourite, and if there's other variations of the Galaxy class you'd like to see. Stuart already come up with one, or even two on this live or video. Put them down below. We are going to cover other ships as well, but for Galaxy or Miranda, let us know some variants you'd like to see, and comment, like, subscribe, all that standard fare. What else can they do, Stuart, to support what we do here
They can
on a
join
darn
us.
regular basis?
You can join us for lives, or you can super chat in, support the channel. It all helps us keep doing what we're doing here. You can do a super thanks on this video. Give us a thumbs up and a super thanks. We'd appreciate that. Or just head on over to Patreon/Trekyards, support us on a monthly basis, or click the join button down below, or a one-time PayPal donation to trekyards@hotmail.com. Lots of ways to support, but just being here, being in our community, hanging out with us during lives, sharing the videos, doing all that, all helps out immensely as well. So whatever you can do, please do. Yeah.
If you do, then we can do more stuff like this and bring even more weird and wonderful ships to your screens. And boy, there's a couple I've got ready, Stuart, that you are not ready for.
I'm looking forward to it. So anyway, hopefully you guys are as well. Until next time, he's Commander Cockins.
He's kind of Foley.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.